Ringo Starr with his All-Star Band. Did you pick up the new McCartney? Look at that, he's got the new McCartney. And that's what I'm here for, one hand clapping. Alright, let's pick one of these up. Yeah, it says one hand clapping. How do you do that? Yeah, I guess that's the only way you can do it. Alright, let's pick these bad boys up. Well, you know, I'll tell you everybody, this is amazing that we're in the year 2024 and the Beatles as solo artists have all kinds of material out. It reminds me of 50 years ago in 1974, you know. Back then, you had John Lennon with Walls and Bridges, the album, and then you had Paul McCartney still riding high with Band on the Run in 74, and also the single Junior's Farm. You had George Harrison with the Dark Horse album and the tour, the Dark Horse tour. And Ringo Starr had the Goodnight Vienna album. All four Beatles were out there and they were in the charts. And here we are 50 years later, and we've got this year, 2024, we've got Ringo Starr with his Crooked Boy EP that's out. You got John Lennon with his Mind Games Ultimate Mixes. And you got Paul McCartney with Wings, with the brand new release, just released today, of One Hand Clapping. And I picked up today from a store the LP version, 12-inch, and also the CD. So we're going to look at these now. I'm going to open these up just to see what they look like. I've already listened to one of the discs here. Okay, this is a 2-disc set. I listened to disc 1. I'm going to wait till I've listened to the entire thing, and then I'm going to come back and make a video where I discuss, you know, the whole thing as a whole. I'll give you the history of One Hand Clapping, what it's all about. Right now, you could basically just say it's a Paul McCartney and Wings live studio sessions from 1974, okay? But we're just here this time, or I am anyway, with you, to look at the packaging. So let's first go to the LP, which I'd already opened. Now, I think this is a terrible cover. I like to judge the covers too. The material inside is nice, it's gold, but the cover's terrible, I think, in my opinion. You know, could use a picture of the band, but that's just me. All right. Okay, first off, when we open it up, this is a nice fold out thing here that tells you about the video documentary directed by David Litchfield. And it came from a video presentation, and there are photos there from the video, which can be found if you got the original, the very early, I think, first release from the McCartney archives of Band on the Run. One Hand Clapping was included as an extra, and the quality is rough. It's not the kind of high definition quality that we're used to. So it's because of that it has not been yet made available, if it ever will, on a video format, which I'm hoping it will. I hope we'll get a Blu-ray of it. Doesn't matter if it's not perfect, you know. I think most fans will take what they can get their hands on. But now, let's look at the contents here of the 2-record set, 180 gram vinyl. All right, first up, show you the inner sleeve. As you can see, the labels aren't really much. And the second 12-inch vinyl, same thing. All right. Now, as I said earlier, I did play disc 1 of the vinyl, and I'll give you my opinion on it later on when I do the next video, because I actually had to take time in between listening to the brand new John Lennon Mind Games. I'm giving a plug for that. This is not due to come out here for a month yet, July 12th, but I got a preview copy, and I was listening to that because there are 6 discs in that. But now I'm taking a break from John to go to Paul. Excuse me. I'm going to open up the CD. Unfortunately, as I say, and not everybody agrees with this, this is not a jewel case, which I wish it was. I like jewel cases. This is a digipack. I don't know, I grew up with the jewel cases mostly, and that's what I prefer. Not everybody does. We have some jewel case supporters out there. This one I am not looking to save the shrink wrap on, so we're just going to do away with that. You don't see that often on my channel, me throwing away shrink wrap, but we will for this. All right. So that's all you get as far as the gatefold for the CD. And let's see. I can see that the discs, kind of like the record album labels, same kind of thing, pretty basic. And of course, as one might imagine, and of course the one I get is bent on the corner. But anyway, you get a miniature version of what I showed you earlier, where it shows you the clips. Okay, and no, that is not Elton John, it's Jeff Britton, which we're glad to have here on drums, which he was not with Wings very long, but it's a treat to have him. So we got a miniature version of that here. And yeah, there are 2 CDs, just as there were 2 vinyl LPs. And that's it. So yeah, folks, not much of a video here, but I wanted to just show it to those who haven't seen it yet. And there's not even much to look at, really. It's what's inside, especially on this particular release, that counts. And I can tell you it's quite a treat already. I've enjoyed the first disc. So that's all I'll say for now. And I will also tell you, though, that little plug here, my other show, Talk More Talk, is going to be on a Monday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern, live. That's here on YouTube, Talk More Talk, and we're going to be discussing the one-hand clapping release. So I'll give you that heads up a little early. It'll be this Monday coming up. Cheers, folks.